Welcome back, everybody. It's your time to EdUp on the EdUp Experience podcast, where we make education your business. This is Dr. Joe Salustio. I am here at InsightsEDU, along with co-founder of the EdUp Experience, my friend, Elvin Freitas.
Where's my sound effect? Come on.
I don't have it. Oh, here.
Yeah. There it is. Gives me life, brother.
Elvin, we have been doing this podcast for over 4 years.
4 years.
We have interviewed
4 more years. Okay,
well, let's not get too crazy. We've interviewed over 830, 40. Where are we
by
at?
By the time this, we're at 817.
817 people in and across higher education in that 4-year period. We have passed 371,000 downloads of this podcast over that 4-year period. And we've done, 10 conferences over that 4-year period. This is absolutely coming to the top, or one of those at the top of our conferences, InsightsEDU here in Phoenix, Arizona. A conference put on by Education Dynamics, all about online students in general, marketing, enrollment, so on and so forth. It's the conference basically that you can't miss if you're interested in enrolling, marketing, and efficiency and enrolling more students. It's simply the one you need to come to.
Yep, I agree.
And we're joined today again. I think we've done 6 or 7 of these podcasts. We're getting there. We're getting up there to our daily record, which I think is 13 perhaps in a day. Yep. My voice will be gone. I'll be very tired, and I'll be finding the open bar
to have a glass of milk,
to have a Diet Coke. Ladies and gentlemen, with Jack, here's our guest today. His name is David Preece. He is the VP of Product at AAPC. David, welcome to an EdUp mic. How are you?
I'm doing great. Thank you.
I promise it's usually not this messy around here. I don't know if it's, but
I'll believe you.
It's half a day. Believe me.
Okay.
We are professional. I just want you to know.
Totally professional.
I am totally professional.
Totally
Elvin,
not
so sure.
Professional.
David, tell us about AAPC. Start from the top. What is AAPC? What do you do? How do you do it? Who do you serve? Give us the elevator.
Absolutely. So AAPC is a credentialing organization. We offer credentials in medical coding, billing, auditing, everything that they call in the industry within healthcare as revenue cycle management. So really the business side of healthcare. We're also a professional association of over 250,000 professionals.
Well, wow.
So we're really the primary credentialer. And we're looking to just partner with higher education in a way that we haven't done before, and provide new solutions to fill jobs. And we know that when you fill jobs, it leads to enrollment, right, for schools. And that's really what we're all after.
Now, David, have you been on a podcast before?
No, but on a radio station one time.
Oh, nice.
That counts. I would say that counts.
Yeah.
I just want to set the stage.
Way more scary than this. There's glass, being shut in a glass
Oh,
box.
you're in the fishbowl.
Yeah.
I do want to just let you know some of the ground rules. Yeah, this is how this goes.
Get ready.
Here, this is what you need to be prepared for.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions. And I want to have them answered immediately.
As long as we understand each other. I mean,
that's the governor, right?
Yes, the governor.
Yes. Okay, good.
I love it.
Okay, so let's start from the top. AAPC, all of the medical coding, billing, back-end services, getting people credentialed to jobs, and partnering with universities in ways that you haven't done before.
Yeah.
Like how?
Yeah, good question. So we have licensed partners, about 400 some odd different community colleges, schools around the country, to provide the curriculum by which they teach to lead to our credentials. What we found in our own education delivery offering, we get a much better success rate on our exams. So they're more likely to become certified. And we have the right relationships with the professionals, being the association, to be able to teach. So it's just an ideal scenario. We've also seen in the tech space a lot of boot camps popping up, right? And different organizations partnering with universities. Glad you're surprised about that. It's really not a surprise.
It's not.
I think you hit the wrong button. That have been partnering with groups to provide education and maybe, software engineering, stuff like that, to fill the jobs. Well, there's a lot of jobs in the medical billing and coding, revenue cycle management that's there that these credentials lead to. And because AAPC being the association, and now we've kind of been behind the scenes, and now it's time, I think, to partner with higher education, with universities, to provide boot camp style training that leads to the certifications, but also provides the skills necessary to fill the jobs.
And is that because higher ed institutions are the training that they are providing for these careers is not leading to those students getting certified, as well as your curriculum leads to those students getting certified.
Right. We know those that use our curriculum get about a 35% increase on pass rates.
That's not insignificant.
Not insignificant. But then, I think
cool.
it really comes down to, like a lot of education, it's the right people teaching the right stuff at the right time.
Mm.
So we have that connection in the industry. And there's no reason for AAPC to do this on our own. We really feel strongly that if we can partner with certain universities and get more of a local attention based on the schools and the partnerships we have, that we can really get the word out there that there's these jobs and that people can transition, maybe instead of going straight for a degree, getting a credential through a boot camp, getting a job, and then maybe coming back to a degree with more tuition assistance from employers.
Epic.
Yeah, that is epic. Yes.
That is that's why I hit the button.
Nice.
I was planning that.
That was a good one.
The pathway to jobs is important, right? To your point, students are the journey is not linear to where it's I've graduated high school, I'm going to get a degree. For some, it still is, but for most, at least a thought that maybe I need to get a job first. Maybe I need to get this skill. I need to make my money so I could, first gen students of color, students from lower economic backgrounds need a skill, need to start working. Their families may be putting pressure on them to get out, start working. They can put food on the table. And the skills pathway is a very important pathway, but it's got to lead to a job. Talk about the jobs themselves. How many jobs are out there in healthcare and revenue cycle management? I mean, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pinpointed.
Right, but there has to be demand for you guys to do what you do, right?
Yeah, you really put me on the spot. I don't have the number off the top of my head, but
we're gonna have
it's
to
in the
cancel
thousands of jobs.
Yeah,
you may have to, you have to
Nobody
reschedule this. But we used different technologies. I don't know if I can plug another. We have a partner that helps us identify the jobs in the markets, and it's in the thousands. And the reason I don't know from a national perspective is I haven't really done the math yet. But
yeah,
in other words, what we're looking for are the markets that have the jobs to identify the right universities. But it's in the thousands. I think we looked at the state of Virginia, and it was 4,000 or 5,000 jobs in the last.
Okay, so you're going by state.
months.
You're going by area to say, wow, there's a lot here.
Because what we're looking for is to find the right partner, right, that in the areas where the jobs are, so that we can then leverage the industry relationships that we have to drive those jobs.
Can you dig it?
Yeah, you can.
Who is the right university partner? Because university partners, there is a spectrum of university partners.
Absolutely.
There's a part of that spectrum is a speed spectrum and acceptance, right? So you can go to a university partner, they're going to say, boot camp. We don't do boot camps here. We're a degreed institution, and we're not going to water down our product by it. And then you're going to have institutions that say, oh, yes, any kind of skill stacking, skill pathway.
Yeah.
If we're going to grow and serve an adult learner, we're going to do it.
Yep.
Can you talk about that spectrum from your experience so far?
For sure. The latter, what you mentioned, universities that have the vision and understanding that skill-based education is critical to their long-term success makes sense for us.
Is it that
professional education, professional development? These won't be degree programs specifically. It doesn't mean they can't be a bridge to degrees.
So the credit could transfer if you wanted to, and you're going to create PLA.
Right.
Yeah.
Assuming that obviously the university would help us with that process, and it's really up to that university. But let me tell you. So I'm going to tell you a story.
Tell us.
My oldest, my daughter, went about her education in what I see as a very good way of doing it coming out of high school. She got her associate's degree as an RN, all right?
Nice.
Got a job as a labor delivery nurse, and then got her company that she works for to pay for her bachelor's.
Victory!
So I think we need to rethink the way we're doing this. Instead of just kick them off to college, start from scratch, why not provide them skill, like you're talking about, Joe, and maybe they get a job, and then industry have more skin in the game as well, right? She had to commit a certain amount of years to work with them, but the amount of benefits she got, now she's a BSN working labor and delivery. She's not even 23. Okay.
That's pretty amazing.
For half the cost. So when you look at it, even within the business side of healthcare, there are similar paths out there. And we as AAPC want to, again, partner with the right universities to help get the word out, because we realize that from an educator perspective, their brand is going to be strong, and it's us together. Because when students realize that we're the credentialing association as well, it makes sense to partner with us as opposed to somebody else.
I have.
Don't
a
wait for
question.
me to hit a button. For
I thought you were going to hit a button. Okay, so
You don't have to punch him to get
I got a
attention.
question, man. No, sometimes I got to nudge him. So I think what happens is that we hear certification, and we hear about taking exams. Do you know anything about these exams and like how long it takes to prepare for one? How long is the actual exam? Is it in person? Is it online? And the like intensity, if they fail once, can they take it over again? Talk to us, because we just kind of gloss over certification and you have to take an exam. Let's get into the weeds a little bit. Do you know?
You've got to be prepared for the certification.
Yeah.
And that's part of the curriculum that we've developed. In fact, we have curriculum specifically to prepare for certification. They can take it multiple attempts.
Okay.
There's a cost associated. We at AAPC run more of a voucher system that they buy vouchers to be able to sit. We've transitioned a lot to online, right, because of COVID.
Yeah.
And we're able to smoothly transition through that.
Yeah.
So students that come to us are going to get probably more preparation than anybody else because it is our certification, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the amount of people that we certify, we probably only are involved in about a third of the education experience for those that certify for our certifications. So it's still pretty minimal, right?
Wow.
So
yeah, gotcha. And these exams, are these like the SAT? Do you know if it's like 3-4 hours? It's like they take it online.
They take a couple
want.
hours usually, typically.
Yeah,
they take a few hours.
It's pretty intense.
It is intense. There's a lot of information they got to know.
Yeah.
Talk about the 250,000, right? Did I get that right?
Yeah, credentialed members.
Credentialed members. What do you do at AAPC to serve that membership? Are you offering continuing ed and webinars and all that? Can you give us the infrastructure?
All of those things. Yeah, so we provide continuing education.
Nice.
We provide webinars. We provide trainings. We provide regional conferences. We have a national conference coming up in Vegas in, my team's going to kill me, April, I think, at the end of April.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we take the association serious. That's really how AAPC started. So that is our bread and butter, is to take care of our association,
So an annual
make sure
convention.
they're educated. We have an annual convention. We have a series of different classes and credits that they can take to make sure that they're maintaining their credential and they're up to speed, because there's so much that changes pretty consistently, obviously, in the medical field. So
what's the benefit of a university to partner with you? What am I getting out of this if I'm the university?
Yeah, so the university gets obviously added enrollment, right? I think pathway to maybe re-enter programs. I think a lot of people probably drop out of programs because they don't see the job, right? Or they get disenchanted.
Yep.
So I think we have opportunity there to bring back maybe students that they've lost through this program, help them get jobs through these credentials and training, and then hopefully they long-term persist. Obviously, there's a revenue share model, obviously, that we're going to engage in with the university. That won't be Title IV funded. It's going to be outside of that. So I don't know if it helps them there. But
well, and I wanted you to bring that up, and I had that feeling. And one of the things that universities are doing is trying to diversify revenue streams.
Correct.
And if you're trying to diversify your revenue stream, you want to think about doing it outside of Title IV. Correct. Title IV comes with so many constraints, and you can get more Title IV, you can do things with Title IV, you can even merge with another institution that does Title IV, but if you don't have a revenue stream that is non-Title IV that can grow unbound, so to speak, then you're really not diversifying in the way that you can. So you're offering a diversifying revenue stream.
Absolutely, that's absolutely right. There's financing partners that students can use to still get loans. I think from a student consumer perspective, they're not so worried about who's giving them their loan. They're more worried about the terms and does it make sense for me, and can I repay this? And more importantly, am I going to have the job to be able to repay? Job.
Yep. What else do you want to say about AAPC that we haven't said?
I think we touched on everything.
Nice.
I think it's great. We're glad to be here. Like I said, we're getting a little more out in front, and hopefully we get a chance to talk to some more universities.
Bullseye.
Yeah. Sweet.
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. He's a first-time podcast E.
Yeah, sure, I look like it.
Podcast E. He did a great job.
Yeah.
He'll be on more podcasts now. He's going to hit the circuit. Watch out for him. Ladies and gentlemen,
like it, follow it.
That's right.
Smash a like.
You're gonna see him out there.
Sorry.
He's David Preece. He is the VP of Product at AAPC. David, we hope you had a good time, on your first experience.
I did. Absolutely.
Not
Appreciate
everyone
it,
will
guys.
be as fun as this, I promise you. Ladies and gentlemen, you've just EdUp'd